Hey, I'm Seth Troxler in Glasgow, and this is EQTV. I mean, I guess there is a bit of buzz. It's all a bit foreign to me. It's cool. I mean, it's enjoyable. I get to travel around. Started like kind of seeing a model, and so that's I guess I'm more positive than negative. But I mean, yeah, it's all something that I think you have to take in stride, or else you can't really let these type of things get to your head or anything, and just kind of stay the same person and artist that you've always been, and always like try to look to be, because that's kind of what's kind of created that like buzz, or created this kind of idea of who I am. So I'm kind of trying to stick to that more than anything. I really try to play a bit dumb about everything, but I mean, I have seen like a general change. Maybe even how it's quite weird, because sometimes like you just change. It changes how people like treat you, or like walking down the street or walking through a club or something, like people like coming up to you doing stuff, and you're like, oh, it's just, I mean, it's cool. Everything's always, I'm always like, oh, super open and stuff. But I mean, it is very sudden, I think, in some ways, and especially within dance music, it seems like it's a bit quicker, or a lot faster than normal. But I mean, it's cool. I guess I've been working a lot, so that's to try to get to this point. So it's all nice, and yeah, it's like dreams come true, I guess. Everything in life is timing in the end of the day. So I think maybe just timing. I mean, maybe my personality. I mean, maybe I'm just a pinup in like a flavor of a week. So like you can't really get so self-indulgent with the whole idea of kind of like, yeah, just like things going really well, or people liking you for a small period of time. If it's 5 years down the line and we're having the same talk, then maybe we can like kind of like sort it out and figure out some type of like kind of reasoning behind like why people like me or something, or like why, I don't know why you should like me, but it's funny. the Boogybytes album helped really so much. Allien and the gang did a really great job. People liked it in the end. I was really kind of afraid. I'm actually working on a new CD right now for NRK, their lab series that Loco Dice and Steve Bug have done previous to me. It's like a double disc type thing, and I'm really excited about that. So it's cool. I mean, I'm working on a lot of new projects this year. I kind of slowed down on releases because I got this new project, or a project that had already formed between my mates and I, called Visionquest. It's like both a label and a group, and we're trying to kind of really propel that to the next level. And because I mean, it's really nice having fun and being successful or popular or whatever, but it's a lot more fun if you can do it with your friends, I guess, at the end of the day.
Tell us who's involved in that.
Who's involved with Visionquest, or what Visionquest is? It's with Ryan Crosson, Curtiss and Shaun Reeves. We've just created a label, so we've got we're getting all releases and stuff together with that. The label is going to be more kind of like it's going back to the kind of idea of a music label. Maybe kind of how factory records were or some other things, being a bit more broad with releases and that. Right now I think music's like in a place where people are relying on kind of formula or not really taking risk and kind of forgetting about kind of the whole art behind releasing music, or kind of the concept of releasing music, you know, and kind of like putting out like stuff that's like kind of loopy or like da-da-da, or not really like taking into the ideas of musicianship of kind of in dance music. So yeah, so me and my friends were like kind of like how we all started was throwing parties in Detroit. We still throw this really amazing party during the Detroit Music Festival called Need I Say More. And we got to this point too, we're like, all right, it's come to a time. We were working with Wolf and Lamb before, helping them out with kind of some A&R stuff and other things. And then we're like, okay, it's come to a point, we're like, all right, I think it's time that we start releasing music. And I think we're in a state, or music was in a state where it's like we can release this music, and the ideas that we have can really be kind of taken in right now. So we have that, and it's also this live group that we've created, and a group for like doing remixes and songs. So we just did a remix for Tracy Thorn's new single called Swimming, and then a remix of D.O.P. and a remix of D. Jules and Paul Rich together. So and then we're gonna come out with like obviously some singles for our own label, and then work on like actually like more so like we have some other people who are in the group who are coming in and playing guitars and stuff. Like some people on the label, this girl Nikki Nawazaka, who's Nikki Nawazaka and the Love Tones, singing folk music. And then we want to start doing kind of live shows or experiences where we're kind of bringing a more old stage show, or kind of like even like 60s or Ken Kesey like acid bus tour type things, like on tour, and like making the experience of going out a lot more than just like your normal club experience, you know, where it's like, okay, so we want people to go out, it's visual, it's kind of like a bit of entertainment. I think a lot of artists, maybe like say Richie Houghton with the Contact or Luciano with the Ether, they're headed in the right direction and making something more, something that people can kind of more, that people can generally get into, or yeah, you know, something that's outside of this context of, okay, we're at a club again, it's a dark room, we go out dancing all night, but something more interactive, I guess, or something more visual, or just, I think club culture needs another pop, you know, so we can go to the next level. And we're trying to come up with some ideas where we can do that. we've come to 20 years, 25 years in dance music, and the general like stereotype of the architecture, not architecture, but archetype of what clubbing experience is and what dance music is hasn't really changed. So it's like, where are we and where can we go? You know, and I think maybe that might be another reason why I have some type of popularity right now, because I'm an artist willing. There's a guy like Big Uppin' in the background over here. You got a little hockey line, but there's yeah, because I'm taking risk, and maybe I'm looking at the future of dance music, because I like to look at a lot of things in an art historical way. I mean, I'm an art school graduate, and I'm thinking, how can what we do now really propel things and take things to it's kind of like a different level for the future, and how can this all be looked at in a sense where it's outside of just club culture and kind of really legitimize what we're doing as artists.
Are you trying to take it to a wider audience as well? Like,
yeah, definitely.
Just, like, go to clubs?
You know, and I think that's really, I mean, it's not, a lot of people are kind of afraid of mainstream culture, or afraid of pop in some ways. But I don't think you have to be afraid if you still, or have to be afraid of that, or have to kind of like look down on that if you still are presenting good ideas that are still based kind of on your art. I mean, if you're selling out and kind of like, okay, I'm going to start making this kind of music like this because that's what people like. But if you're presenting your same ideas and they're getting looked at by a wider audience, you know, then that's like, okay. I mean, right now, Guy Gerber just like Puff Daddy just had him reconstruct his newest album coming out, and there's a dance music version coming out, and all the songs are great. They're like underground dance music songs, and that shouldn't be a bad word. That, you know, like Guy Gerber and Puff Daddy are working together. That's really exciting. I mean, if like guys like David Guetta and these other guys are making music, you know, that's actually not so musical, or the kind of just like, you know, fitting kind of the pop format, and then guys like Puff Daddy are like, hey, I see that music maybe going in a dance, you know, in a dance direction. Let's get the smart guys to come in, and that's good for the greater good. And we can actually kind of change maybe what pop music, or what people hear on the radio, because there's loads of amazing music coming out. We can change that and kind of go back to how it was in the 90s or the 80s, when there was actual, in the 70s and 60s, where the underground came back up post-recession, and good music was being like played across airwaves again. That would be like, wow, so amazing.
Are you not slightly afraid of the whole sort of David Guetta thing though? Because I mean, he used to be credible-ish, and now he's just.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really afraid of the David Guetta thing at all. I mean, I think it's kind of funny, and I mean, I don't really like to I'm not really like a player hater per se on anyone. I kind of think like everybody, like, go ahead, get yours, like, cool. I mean, it's not my general taste or my interest or whatever, but it's like cool. I mean, it's nice to see that, like. And especially being an American, that Americans aren't afraid of a 4/4 beat anymore, you know, and that's like, wow, it's the first time that's happened since disco, and like kind of like the death of dance music, and like the great thing that happened in Chicago where they, you know, went over all the records and everything, and like, wow, it's really kind of like empowering in a way. That's like, we could go back to that, like, cool, like, is this kind of what we were all wanting to work for, you know, instead of just being underground forever, you know? wanted to say that it's really cold out in Glasgow. There's some girls over here that really love me. I love you girls too. Hello. Hi, ladies. I love you. Woo! And the guy in the blue.